Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TerrenceRe, and I'm back at you with another stock market update. This week, we're gonna go over some. We're just gonna go over basically all the stocks coming up this week. In my opinion, for the most part, will be trending, and I'm gonna talk to you why I think they're going to be trending. First things first, let's take a look at the expected move. And we're gonna go to the SPX. Once again, I always go to the SPX to get the expected move. This is what, for the most part, what the VIX is based off of. And I like to look, and there is no stock on the SPX, only options. So I get that from the option chain, and use the weekly one. And right here on the TastyTrade platform, you can look at it and see it on the option chain right here in evidence of this brown ruler. So we got a $54.04 range for the week, basically. That's expected, up or down. Now, I think the previous couple of weeks has been right around 50. So I expect to get some more chop this week. Now I could go down a little bit, up a little bit, but I don't really expect a big move. That doesn't mean we won't get it. Now, what you're looking at, you see my Fibonacci lines on here. These are based off of the monthly. This is why I don't think we're going to get a big sell-off. I could be wrong, but if we look at the monthly, and we look at these monthly candlesticks, what we have on the monthly on the SPX, and I've been going over it pretty much every week, just driving it home, is we have a bull flag on the monthly. Right. This is a 1 month candlestick, 2 month candlestick. And now right here, we got this one right here. Basically, the market just taking a rest. But we're up here up against all-time highs, which in my opinion is why we're getting the resistance that we're getting right up here. Right. So you can see the all-time highs right here, and you can see right here where we are. So at some point, I think we're gonna bust through there. So I don't really want to be short. Now there are ways of shorting the market if you're an experienced option trader, uh or if you're really not that hard. I just know a lot of people not comfortable with selling options, selling calls, doing call spreads, things of that nature. That's going to be, in my opinion, the best bet for making a little money, this week and maybe next week. I don't know how long, because like I said, it's a monthly chart. So we could chop uh hypothetically all this month, maybe toward the end of the month, maybe we start getting it to inch up and take out the highs. So with that being said, you just, if you're in a long trade, especially if you've bought like call options, you could be suffering a little bit right now. If you own stock, especially if you own any stock that's paying dividends and stuff like that, you just sitting and chilling, and you can be selling calls against the shares that you own if you know how to do that. Now, I'm going to look at the IWM, and I'm going to do some wave analysis, because it is my opinion that the IWM, the small caps, IWM is the ETF for the small caps. That's what's leading the market. So what we're going to be looking for is when the IWM makes that turn. When the IWM turns and starts to go up, that's when uh, the rest of the market will explode. I think the IWM will lead the market. We'll see the move here first, and then we'll start seeing some other stocks move as well. Now, a trade that's possible that you could put in now is maybe like an iron condor. These are the trades that, especially in the IWM, you still have an IV rank of 38. So, something like an example of a possible trade, maybe, come out 40 days. And I'm picking monthlies. And how can you tell what the monthly is? Anything that doesn't have the W, and you can see it's a different color, got white, white. These are monthlies. They're going to be your more liquid. Anytime you trade in the options market and you go to the monthlies, more 9 times out of 10, the monthlies will be your more liquid options. You're going to have more action on the monthlies on any ETF or equity, anything that futures is going to be the monthly. And so liquidity is important because you want to be able to get filled at good prices, getting into a trade, getting out of a trade, not paying too much, not giving up too much. So an example of an iron condor in the IWM would be we see the expected move. You could just play the expected move, possibly maybe sell the 182, buy the 178, sell the 205, buy the 210, take in 136, right? You got a 74% chance of making 50%. You can widen it if you want to go $10 wide, collect more premium. You can do it that way. Now, you can just sell it naked, which is what they call a strangle. It's without the call options on the end and just sell. If I was doing something like that, maybe sell the 16 delta on the put side, come out here and sell the 16 delta on the call side, and you can see we got a 74% pop, 85% chance of keeping half of this premium that we've collected. We've taken in 248. So basically you got an 85% chance of keeping 124 of the 248. And that's what that means. And so you basically you have a trade where you're putting the probabilities on your side, and you can see the green area right here. See this green? This is all profit zone. So you see what the expected move is. You just need the market to stay within this range to make some money. And that's that. This is a neutral trade, and you can tell that it's neutral by the delta. The delta is basically zero. You see negative 0.24. That's basically zero. It's flat because I sold the 16 delta on both sides. When you place your trades using the deltas, it takes into the fact of skew. So that's one of the that's a neutral trade. That's a trade that you can trade, and basically you don't care if the market continues to oscillate. You make money by theta decay and also the passage of time, as opposed to buying an option and needing a move. That is a trade, in my opinion, that would be better in this type of environment on any of these underlines for the most part. And with that being said, I wanted to talk about some wave analysis to just give you a little bit more depth on why I think we continue to go sideways for at least maybe a week or two. See down here at the bottom, you can see I'm gonna take it, hide these lines, then I bring them back on. Let's see, let's hide everything. Hide the drawings. If we look at the bottom of the screen, we're gonna see this all started with a harami. This body of this candle, see this big red candle right here? The body of this candle fits inside of it. So we had an harami, and then it signaled the turn in the market. We got an up move. This would be your one. Pull back would be two. And then this would be your three. Your three generally is your largest move. When you want to, if you're someone who's trading Elliott wave, you try to catch the three wave. And you also have sort of a reverse head and shoulders. This would be your shoulder right here, your head, and then another shoulder, right? And it gapped up and it just took off. And so now with it coming up here and turning, now we this would constitute the beginning of the fourth wave right here. And then within this fourth wave on the daily, if you go down to like intraday, you'll see other little turns. And now we'll just have some the fourth wave, you generally, the rules are you don't know how long the fourth wave is going to take. It's like it can just go zigzag on and on. Now, when we go to the weekly, what this looks like, just a large, a big wave. So, like this could be on the weekly, possibly this could just be your one. And we would be looking for a level for it to come back down into here. How far could it retrace of this whole move right here? And I would need to do like some deep analysis on that. maybe come from here to here and do like a Fibonacci retracement and then set ranges up in here. I may do that later in the week, and then we could start looking at possible places for the market to turn. And then that's just how the wave analysis goes for me. It's not a direct science, it's more like an art. But overall, like I said, I would watch the IWM. Why, even if you don't trade it, watch the IWM and then see how it moves. When you see it begin to make a big move up, then locate whatever stocks are on your particular radar and then look to trade those. I do have a stock that I wanted to talk about that as I was getting ready to do this show, um, and that was Moderna. Now, for the most part, all the other stocks look like they're trending and falling back. Moderna is beasting right now. And I want to show, and I already had these lines on here, these Fibonacci's on here. You could see when it pulled back here, how it hit the 61.8, hit the 100. You see how it's reacting when it's hitting these levels. That's showing me that these levels mean something, but by the reaction that it's getting. 1618 blew through the 2618. Now I don't know if there's any news on Moderna, but if we go to the weekly, you can see it wicked on the weekly. Now the next level up is 128, and then ultimately, I never try to hold to here. I will be watching Moderna next week to see if possibly I could do a little trading in Moderna. This may be one that we may get some movement on next week. If I bring up my indicators on the RSI, it is overbought. So be careful with it being overbought on the RSI. Buying into it would be dangerous. I just want to go ahead and get that out of the way and let you guys know. So if you're looking to get into it right now, I would kind of be cautious. But with the 74, I've seen stocks go to 80, 90 and keep going. I've seen Tesla be all the way at like 90 something and still going up. These aren't exacts. Like this not an exact science, especially the technical analysis anyway, to be honest with you. There's no direct, there's no one way to do something. However, once I see it blowing through these lines like this, I do I do like Moderna to continue going up. It's almost as if some news or something has come out. You guys know I don't watch a whole lot of news on stocks. Every now and then I'll pull something up. Let's see if we got something. So on the TastyTrade um, platform, you can come over here and you can see right here. I'm going to click where it says news. Let's see what it says. Moderna. This was as of January 5th. Moderna bareback startup. I can't even pronounce Meta, whatever that is. That Meta Janami files for U.S. IPO. So this particular company, it has filed. It says is Metagenomics is developing therapies for genetic diseases. All of its revenue has been generated from 3 collaboration agreements, including one with Moderna, and not any product sales. So it looks like Moderna is backing this company, and this company has filed for an IPO. Now, I don't know if this company, so this might be something to be on the lookout for, and this would kind of give us an explanation on why Moderna is moving like this. Now, the ticker symbol of Metagenome will aim to list on the NASDAQ under the symbol MGX. That might be one to look at when that IPO comes. It's probably not showing nothing now, but he ain't gonna have nothing now. MGX may be something to look for Moderna, or excuse me, when that IPO comes out, and that gives us the explanation. But one of the reasons, like you may see, why I don't really pay attention to news is because the news is reflected in the price of the stock. I knew something Like I looked at this stock, I didn't know what the news was, but I can see that it's parabolic, right? Something is driving this. Something happened. Something came out. Why it's doing this? I don't know what it is. Now I know what it is, but I already knew that it was the news by looking at price action. So for me, price action is king. And then when I want to see what it is, then I come, and check it out. So hey guys, if you got anything out of this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. I will be, I don't like to keep these videos too long, so I will come back and we will go over my weekly watch list in another video. So I got Fibonacci targets. I changed that. This is all these stocks on here have targets on them. So if you want to screenshot the screen, you can look at these stocks, but they all have targets on them. And then I'm going to come on and do another video and we're going to talk about these targets. With that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.